What's up, beautiful people? This is Ryan from Leveling Up at Life, and 2020 was a really rough year, and it put a lot of things in perspective. Like, the Titanic sinking was actually a miracle for all the lobsters that were on board. But it also got me thinking about the main drivers for what made me want to become a mechanical engineer. When going to college, I knew nothing about mechanical engineering. All I knew is I was good at math, I hated biology, and I enjoyed making stuff. That's it. Mechanical engineering seemed like a really good fit for all three of those aspects, so I kind of defaulted to that as my major for the first year or so, just to see how it goes. But pretty much in the first 2 or 3 days of classes, we got introduced to something that completely blew my mind. SolidWorks, a super powerful program that allows you to design mechanical systems using just your computer. And immediately my mind went to, I don't even have to buy all these super expensive materials to start making things. I could just figure everything out in the computer. This is so cheap. And all that enthusiasm went into making sure that my CAD designs were amazing to the slightest detail. And going throughout college, I learned a lot about different types of industrial level equipment that allows us to make different things in different ways. So it's cutting, molding, carving, and turning all kinds of raw materials into their final form. It's cool, all right? But nothing really drew me in quite like 3D printing. So fast forward to a couple of months ago, in the last little bit of 2020, Nicole asked me, what do you want for your birthday? And as per usual, I don't know. After a little bit of pushing, because it's honestly more fun to be difficult about these things, I had a really great idea. I want a 3D printer. I'd say this was about 25% impulse and about 75% purpose, though. So I've been working on this project, the concrete Tic-Tac-Toe Board. Maybe you've heard of it. Maybe you're waiting for that video to come out. I promise I'm working on it. But I hit a major roadblock in this project. You see, the pieces for the Tic-Tac-Toe Board are very much so intricate. I don't currently have the skill level in order to make something that's so small with a level of detail physically with my hands. And I've tried multiple different types of materials. I started off with wood, but then I shifted over to clay. I tried doing foam and resin, but I really kind of had enough of trying to make these things work that I didn't have enough skill with in order to make them functional. I decided to cheat and get a machine to do it for me. The 3D printer seemed like a great way of making it happen. I had already put together a few different models for how I wanted the tic-tac-toe pieces to look. So it was easy enough to just make sure that those were 3D printable and just send them over to the 3D printer and just have it done. So the 3D printer seemed like a great way of opening the door on this project so that I can make sure that this gets done and there's a good high quality for it. It's gonna open up those different ways and methods of making, and it'll allow me to gain additional skills in other areas where I'm deficient over time and still be able to produce something in reasonable time. This all kind of seemed like a perfect time to shift into the 3D printer. And the most important, the 25%, I wanted it. So I wanted it, and honestly, that's enough sometimes. So we decided to get a 3D printer for the family. My birthday. I planned on using the tic-tac-toe pieces in order to start the learning process. When you're using a 3D printer, there's a lot of make, fail, fail that you have to go through in order to get the right settings for it. The tic-tac-toe pieces are super simple geometrically, and they're very small, so they make the perfect model in order to perfect how I'd like the printer to work out. I see a big opportunity for projects in the future as well, because printing plus molding is a super powerful combination where you can make almost anything. There's also a number of tools and jigs that seem like really great projects. Plus, I started another project, which I'll be talking about in the near future, that's fully mechatronics, and that's heavy on 3D printing. And I think it was a great way of learning how this whole thing works out over various types of parts and pieces. For those interested, here are some of the details about the printer that we decided to get. It's a Creality Ender 5 Pro, and it costs about $394.99. It took about only 4 days for it to get to my area in the Connecticut area. So out of the box upstairs, table clear, just go, 45 minutes. It was all on. It was great. Creality makes some really awesome products, so if you want to check them out, I left a link in below. There's no affiliation with them, but I just think they're a great company. There's a number of other amazing printers out there that I've learned since then, so as soon as we find need for additional printers, we're probably gonna check out some of those as well as Creality's newest creation. In the near future, I'm sure we're gonna be creating some videos centered around 3D printing, the things that I learned, and maybe some tips that allow you to get started faster and get that successful print off as soon as you can. But for right now, we're super happy with finishing the Tic-Tac-Toe project and working on this mechatronics project that's in the background as well. So yeah, we got a 3D printer. That's pretty much it for this video, and a total beginning for the new types of content that we'll be able to create, as well as the new types of products we'll be able to create in the future. And I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice and see it in my eyes. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, and if you're new here, hit the subscribe button to get all the updates about our fitness, finance, and family-centered goals. I've been Ryan. You've been awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.